guys. I just finished that other video and I was like about to go to sleep, and I was like, I'll just make another one real quick for all you noobs out there that aren't really sure what the hell I just talked about in the last video. So if you are, if you do know a lot or a decent amount about Warhammer, you should even be watching this, because you're probably going to be bored out of your mind by the time it's over. But anyway, Warhammer is a fictional role-playing strategy tabletop game, and there's two types of Warhammer games. Both are very, very fun, but there's fantasy, which is like the older, I don't want to say older, but it's still fictional, so it's older, like medieval type battlefields, but there's like a lot of fictional characters in it that are sweet. Like you can have like minotaurs and just like crazy knights and stuff. It's pretty sweet. And then there's 40K, which is like the fictional future of mankind, which has a lot of just tons of armies, and it's pretty, fun. Alright, so I wrote down some things real quick that I want to talk about. Why play Warhammer? Well, I play both fantasy and 40K because it's just so much fun to have an army that you actually like, and like throw it on the tabletop, see how it, certain units react to certain units, and see how they can try to beat the enemy, your opponent's units, and that's only like a small part of it. There's other parts. Like I love painting. I love just collecting for this, sheer, just massive amount that you can try to get. But painting is by far probably the best, and the reason why is because it takes a lot of time to make them look really good, and a lot of, patience. But at the same time, it's just whenever you're done, you're like, wow, this is, sometimes it doesn't come out the way you want it, but most of the time, if you just take your time, it really is so rewarding for the money that you do put into it. Another thing that I also love about Warhammer is the fact that there's so much flexibility between the armies that it kind of like, that sounds stupid, but it kind of like lets you express yourself really well. So certain armies are better at certain roles. Sorry for that stupid beeping, the stupid fire alarms, battery dying. But certain armies are really good for certain roles. For instance, like one army might be really good at, charging into the enemy and just breaking that unit. For instance, like Bretonians, which this is the Green Knights. They're all cavalry, so they're really fast. They hit really hard, try to break the enemy really fast, quick. And then there's, other armies that are not so good at close combat, and they might be better at shooting, such as, I don't know what else, which are another fantasy-related army. They're not bad either. It's just that close combat is just, they have some effective strategies for helping them not get into close combat, like such as bowmen and like fleeing, stuff like that. So if you like close combat armies, there's plenty of armies between fantasy and 40K that can get you there, and dish out a lot of wounds in close combat. And if you don't like that, there's plenty of armies in between too. It's not just like, hey, this army's only good at cavalry, this army's only good at shooting. No, there's plenty of armies that have a lot of flexibility, which helps bring out, the strategic point playing within the game itself. So it helps you, like I said, I know I keep reiterating myself here, but it helps you bring out what you feel you like, what kind of style of fighting you like, once that you bring that into the game. The models. Yeah, the models are very detailed. I mean, they're quite expensive, but when you look at them and you paint them, even if you don't even have to paint them, when you look at them, you're like, wow, these things are actually pretty, detailed. They're really good. They're not just some, 99-cent army little G.I. Joe bags or whatever that you used to get back in Toys R Us when you were like 5 years old. So, definitely, if you get them, you'll be surprised. Especially the characters, and they're awesome. I'm just reading it for my sheet. Fun to pay many dollars for blah blah blah. Alright, so some of the negatives. That's most of the positives. Some of the negative things, of course, is that it's a very expensive hobby. It really is. But that's actually part of the beauty of the game. I mean, I know it sounds stupid because like, how could that? That's just so stupid. How could that possibly? Like, who wants to spend money? But whenever you pay for it, you'll probably put more time into it, which in turn, really stands out after you're done. And yeah, sometimes like certain units are very expensive, so that's most of the negative. In fact, almost like 100% of the negative that you will be investing if you actually put in, for like a big size army, probably a lot of money. Not even probably, a lot of money. But in the long run, it's so worth it. Just playing other people and seeing how your army does, and just the versatility of them, actually winning on a battlefield, for instance, is so much better than buying them and just throwing them on your shelf. Another negative thing, which actually isn't even the models or anything, or even Games Workshop, which is the company that produces them. It's not even their problem. It's like you have to have the patience, which is another negative, to actually save up money to get them, and spend time painting them. Otherwise, yeah, whatever. But that's definitely negative. So what do I recommend? Well, I recommend, if you're just going to be for a starter anyway, just if you're interested. If you're not sure, go to Games Workshop, check it out, and see what you like and what you might have an interest in. If you're not interested, that's cool. Just feel bad because you wasted probably 12 minutes already of your time. But I recommend also checking out the Army Codex. This is a fantasy codex for the Bretonians. This is a 40k codex for the Here it is for the 40k. Sorry. And they're expensive. These are expensive books. All these are, they're just rule books for the specific army, and they have everything you need to know within them. They have the units, how much they cost, and all their history behind them, their special rules. So I definitely recommend, if you are interested in an army, buying this, reading it. Even if you don't understand it, at least you have a starting point for what you're interested in, and maybe buying the starter boxes, because they're just, you get a decent amount for actually what you pay for. You get a starter army, so if you don't like it, you might spend only $100, which I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And if you do like it, then you'll be definitely collect more, and you're gonna love it if you do. It just gets better and better the more you collect. So, but that's all I can think about right now. I'll try to make it not as long in the future, but I just thought I'd throw a little heads ups in there, and let you guys know, for all you noobs out there that aren't so sure about the game. Like I said, go to Games Workshop, check it out, and hopefully I'll see you around, or whatever.